All right, guys, we left off when we were coming into Islamorada's Plantation Yacht Harbor. This is a short video about that and some of the other things that we did. It was pretty fun, some diving and a little bit offshore stuff, but check it out. Here's a little short video coming in there. And as you can see, it's pretty tight, but definitely doable. This is the only marina I stayed in while I was on the Florida mini loop. And I stayed there 2 nights, and mainly because I needed to replace the alternator that had went bad. And of course, the alternator was only less than a year old. Though I thought it was a little expensive, I want to say about 150 a night for a 25-foot boat. It did have very nice amenities, great places to walk the puppies. So if you have dogs, I'll show you some of that. But it was nice to be tied up to the dock for a couple nights. So this is a reverse of when I was actually leaving, but you can kind of get the idea of how it was coming in there. Guys, I wanted to give you an overview of this Plantation Yacht Harbor Marina. You can tell it's in Islamorada, and it's also on the inside. Um, this is what they call Founders Park. This is the city park for the chain. Islamorada is a chain of islands. They kind of merged together. And this is where we were coming in on the back side when I first came in time lapse, because I was looking to get fuel, didn't know where things were. And then I came out, came around, and I ended up docking right there. That's where you saw me leave. Let me tell you a couple things about this park. If you come over to this marina, and if you like to snorkel, I'm going to show you some snorkeling right here on this wall. You don't have to go far to see a lot of marine life. And then later, we're going to go down a little further down to an area that I love to dive, which is right here. Those that watch the channel know that I've stayed at the Postcard Inn before, right there. But these islands, all around these mangrove islands here, are great places to snorkel and dive. First, I'll show you that snorkeling just off that wall, and you can get an idea of what I'm talking about.
Sun on my skin, wind in my hair. Crack a cold one, we're already there. Pulled up the anchor, leaving the shore. Coolers packed, can't ask for more. Skimming the waves like we're chasing the sun. Laughing and singing, just having fun. Every mile we go, the stress floats away. This is where the good times wanna stay. It's gonna be a good time, salt in the air and that sun gon' shine. Feet on the deck and worries behind. It's a good time, yeah, we're feeling fine. Turn it up loud, let the boat waves rhyme. It's gonna be a good time. Stories get louder with every sip. Dancing on deck, don't let it slip. That smile you got says you already know. These are the moments that steal the show. Every mile we go, the stress floats away. This is where the good times wanna stay. It's gonna be a good time, salt in the air and that sun gon' shine. Feet on the deck and worries behind. It's a good time, yeah, we're feeling fine. Turn it up loud, let the waves rhyme. It's gonna be a good time. We don't need no fancy plan, just good friends and open sands. Wherever this tide rolls, we'll be alright, sailing with the stars into the night. It's gonna be a good time. Salt in the air and the sun gon' shine. Feet on the deck and worries behind. It's a good time, yeah, we're feeling fine. Turn it up loud, let the boat waves rhyme. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah, it's a good time. Let's ride this vibe into the night.
Yep, this is a must stop at marina, especially if you got dogs. They got this dog park. Puppies, got a little dog park, big dog park over there. They got water. I just jumped them in the bath. Rinsed off that salt, cool them off. It's all here in the park. It's all part of the marina. Excellent. Excellent. 5 anchors, 5 out of 5. So one of the reasons I stopped here at this marina is I had some friends who were coming down from my church and was going to bring me a new alternator that I had ordered on Amazon, and it went to my house back in Winter Haven. So they said they would drop it off to me. Told them I'd take them fishing, which we did. You'll see that in a minute. But probably in about 2 hours, I had this changed out. I won't bore you with all that. But other than to say, this is one of the reasons I love to do my own engines, because I don't get broke down and be subject to the mechanic. Also, I should say this was a brand new alternator, so they can go bad on you. And for some reason, Amazon wouldn't deliver down in the Keys. All right, guys, we're out here up against these mangroves, putting on one of these snapper rigs. Worked very well, available on the website. They're already pre-rigged. Just pull them out. Just 2 in a pack and tie it on. Can't get no easier than that. All right, got a little snapper on. Gonna be a little mangrove, yep. There you go. There you go. Little spot right here. Get her done. Not big enough to keep. First one though. This little spot right here. Get up near the mangroves. From the video you see this is where they like to hang. They don't want to be out there in the big water where the big fish can get them.
I just don't want to fucking small. You want to do that? Oh. Nah, it's a small one. Just a smaller one.
Is that a grunt?
No. Teeth, babe. I'm gonna show it to you when I get this off.
That's a vampire fish.
That thing got some teeth, man. So those are the smaller ones that we...
Yeah, some people call them those whiting. So as you can see, we didn't catch any big ones this day, but they kept us busy. Ate a lot of our shrimp, but we enjoyed it. It was better than going out and not getting any bites at all. We mostly did it around the mangroves and then around the rock wall back at the marina.
It's different.
What is it? Another one?
Yeah. There was like 4 or 5 of them that followed them up here.
Incoming tide and the water is gorgeous. This shot here shows you 2 things. Number 1 is why I love the Keys, that aqua blue water. But number 2, how shallow it is. when you're in the Florida Keys on the inside, you have got to be careful because you can run aground
We're going back
in a
around that
heartbeat.
island, but we gotta go.
Well, guys, I'm finishing up here, getting ready. Just walked the puppies, getting ready to head out of the Founders Park. But the marina's actually called something, but it's all owned by I guess the islands. But what a great place to stay. So probably one of the most friendly marinas I've been in. Very helpful. They loaned me a power cord because mine wouldn't work, and hose. I don't know what I was thinking coming on a boat without a hose, because most fuel stops they have a hose. But anyways, fuel prices are good. Just a great stop. Good depths coming in. I'm surprised this place ain't more busy. It looks like they do cater to the bigger boats, but they'll have slips for the smaller ones. And anyways, can't say enough how good it is. Y'all check it out. I'm gonna put a map link here too, so you'll know how to find it real easy. Okay, guys, wanted to give you an overhead of the next move and where I was going to be headed to. So leaving Islamorada here at Plantation Yacht Harbor Marina, I come out, and you got to get out a little bit, and you notice these pathways that you've got to run on the inside. So my goal was to work it myself all the way north and make it all the way up to the bridge and wherever I ended up, but to the overseas highway where it comes over at Gilbert's. And just be careful working through here. Some of these spots you've got to be very careful of, and if you don't, you'll run aground. I'll show you a couple little videos here, but made our way up to Gilbert's, and then I actually had a motor issue here. We'll talk about in a minute, but I got kind of froggy, and decided I was going to make it all the way up, and did that day. It was one of the hardest days I ran up to Elliott Key. But let me show you what happened. Here's a little time lapse coming out of the marina, and then you'll see a couple areas like how tight it is, but also we see some dolphins, but you also see how pretty the water is. Check this out, and then I'll be back in a minute. Signs got confusing. The best thing to do is slow down, otherwise you might run aground. Another tip is, if you're not sure, look for local traffic. That should help you out a little bit. Dolphin alert coming up in just a minute, but I was distracted by all these islands. I was dreaming of stopping at them. Now, after a lot of Zen moments like that, and there's many, many of them, but then you run into the guys that don't know how to drive a boat, and then you get these kind of moments. Look at that idiot. Look at that idiot. Here I'm trying to get over and give room, and he passes between me and the land. What a friggin' idiot. It's crazy, boy, crazy. No, it ain't a fast boat, it's just he's getting it though. Just minutes before this, I had a fast boat coming, and he was getting it. I thought that's what that was, but it wasn't. Well, we dead in the water out here. Out in the middle of this bay, which I don't know if you can see it, but the bridge up there at Gilbert, so that's the overseas highway, we're at the tip of Key Largo. The motor died. I think this has done it before. I think there's something electrical. Before it was alternator, but this is not an alternator. Alternator's working, or appears to be working. Appears to be working. I should probably crank the generator and let it run. All right, guys, those that were following along the live streams might know what it is, but maybe not. I finally figured out what this was. Leave a comment if you know. It'll surprise you, though. See y'all in a little bit. This is Gilbert's. They got fuel and ice and diesel. They got everything you need. They got bait. Got the tiki bars. It's a super cool place. I wrote about this book in my book. I wrote about this place. This is when I was leaving. I think there was something wrong with the camera, but I did get some still photos. Pretty cool. Okay, guys, to give you an overview, this is where I was right here at Gilbert's. All right, right here. And I came through, it's a real tight area, this Jewfish Creek area, and worked my way out. I'll save you the time lapse. There wasn't too much to see, except I'm going to show you a picture, I think a little video in here where there was a multi-million-dollar boat being towed, which made me feel good that I was underway. It happens to the best of us. But as you can see, there's still areas here you got to stay in the channel. And this is actually in the bigger things coming into Biscayne Bay right here. All right, and you can see I didn't have far to go to Miami. But what I decided to do that day is I'd read about to make it over here to Elliott Key, and this is where this time lapse will come in, right into Elliott Key. Pretty cool little place to stop, and then I just went out here in anchorage. Real nice. Guys, we made it here. Pushed hard today to get here so I can walk the puppies, let them run around. They've been cooped up. And then we're gonna anchor right out there, have a beautiful sunset. Ain't it, girl? Ain't it, girl? Go potty, go potty. I think somewhere there's like a kiosk you pay. Pretty nice though, I gotta tell you. It's called Elliott Key Docking. Friday, Monday, federal holidays, camping is 35. Pretty nice, but definitely got skeeters up here already filling. So we'll just back off about 100 yards out in the water, won't be no problem. Doesn't go potty, girl. Fire hydrant, must have water. To read about this. Yep, get away from the water and mosquitoes. Come on, girls. Mosquitoes pick up right quick. This is nice though. I'll be able to just come in the morning and walk them. How sweet it is. Guys, what a nice place. It's crazy, and I haven't read anything about it. No one, I don't see it on any of the typical sites. Man, you could come in here in a big boat if you need to be tied up at night, although the mosquitoes gonna eat you up, but the big boats you can be inside at dark. But what a what a great jump off point to cross Biscayne Bay, which is the whole reason I pushed to get here. It's super calm, and tomorrow's gonna be decent. Tomorrow's Sunday. Monday would have got up 10 to 15. So this was an excellent call. I'm surprised how nice it is. Yeah, I'll show you some maps and stuff, where it's at, how to get here. It's got markers that go all the way around it that just say no wake. I thought it was going to be like an exclusion zone because there weren't any boats in here, but now I can see why people ain't staying out here. The mosquitoes are crazy. But there is camping, it says, on the island. But wow, I think this big old cloud's going to mess up our sunset. We'll see. I'm going to go out here and find a nice anchorage and I'm going to do a live, actually. Nice though, super nice. Look at that. Super nice. Days like this makes all that work worth it. I'm gonna get on out here about 200 yards. Shouldn't feel any mosquitoes. Don't matter, I'll be inside at dark. Usually 100 yards will do it, but with all them mosquitoes, I'm gonna go a little further. But the boats are lined up out here, if you see them. Lined up. Especially on that side for some reason. I bet they're pre-lobstering is what I'm thinking. I'm gonna come find me a nice little drop off and we're gonna call it a day. It's gonna be a good time. Okay guys, this is gonna wrap up this video. Come on back next time. You're gonna hear us coming into Miami and a pretty cool little place called Miami Stadium. It's a stadium on the water. Maybe you've never seen it before. But we'll see y'all next time. Hey, hit that like button and subscribe. I appreciate it.